Good morning guys, today is Thursday, December 6th, and today is the 6th day. I can't do 6 because I only have 5 fingers on each hand, but today is day 6 of Vlogmas. So it is currently about 11:30 in the morning, and Stella and I just got up to start our day. Stella was actually up and awake. Well, Stella was awake around, she woke up around maybe a little after 11 o'clock, but she was just relaxing in her crib. So I decided to take a quick shower, and after I showered, I just made her a bottle, and now she is on her pillow drinking her bottle, and I am just about to make myself some coffee because I need it. I am so tired today, it's insane. John is at work. He has Dollar General this morning, but he is off from Walmart tonight. He's actually off tomorrow night as well from Walmart, but he does close Dollar General tomorrow night. I think he's gonna be making hamburgers and nachos for dinner tonight, so that should be fun. This morning I do have to make a couple of phone calls, and then I have to probably go to the Avery website, for the labels, and make myself a template for the label. John is actually going to Walmart later on today to return the movie, which reminds me I am going to be watching Crazy Rich Asian probably when Stella takes the first nap. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make my label in the morning in a few minutes while I'm drinking my coffee, and then watch the movie. And then later on tonight I have to stuff the envelopes to have the Christmas card mailed out tomorrow. Tomorrow I think John wants to get himself a haircut. I don't know if we're gonna go with him. Della and I are gonna go with him tomorrow. We shall see. But that's the plan for right now. We're staying in tonight because it's really chilly out. It's actually it was like 23 degrees this morning. It's insane. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and make myself some coffee, and I will get back with you guys in just a bit. Good morning, pretty girl. Can you say hi? What you got? Say hi. Hey, that's your bottle. You go play? Okay, go play, okay? I'm gonna get you some pancakes. Alright, I'll be back. Say bye. Can you bring it here? Can I have it? Come on. Uh-oh. Oh, thank you. You wanna go down the sink? Thank you. What you got? Hi. They good? Yes. Where's your juice? Is that Minnie Mouse? You wanna drink some? Put it in your mouth. Need help? There you go. So Stella's having some pancakes, and I did cut up some bananas for her. But she's almost done. I do have some more bananas over here, so I'm probably gonna give her more bananas if she would like some more. And I'm also currently having some coffee. I did have to use some powdered creamer because we did run out of the regular half and half, the liquid one. So anyway, like I said earlier, today is a pretty cold day. It actually was only 23 degrees this morning in South Carolina, which was pretty cold. And the weather app on my phone says that it's supposed to snow on the weekend, so that should be fun. The south doesn't really do too well with snow. Everything just seems to shut down here in town because they're just not used to the snow and all that. And if you guys are new to my vlog, we're originally from New York, so we are used to all the snow. You know, there could be a blizzard and we'll survive it. But here it's crazy how the town just shuts down when there is snow, which is expected because it's at the south and there's rarely any snow or crazy winter storms happen during the winter season. So when it does snow, it just tend to go into like a panic mode. That's fine. I mean, we deal with it. So, but we shall see. Cause right now the weather forecast for the weather app, it keeps changing. Sometimes it'll say rain. Sometimes it'll just go below freezing, and then sometimes the little snow icon would show up. So we'll see what happens. I haven't really watched the actual weather forecast on TV, so I think I'm gonna watch that later on and see what's going on. But right now, Stella and I are just having Stella's having some breakfast. I don't know what I'm gonna have for breakfast yet. Right now I'm just having some coffee and some of her bananas. I did make one of the phone calls that I needed to make. I had to cancel William's pediatrician appointment because John had to work today. Yeah, I have to reschedule that. I did cancel his cab pickup. I have to call up his doctor after the lunch to cancel or reschedule his appointment. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and relax and drink some coffee, and I will check back with you guys in just a bit. What are you doing? Hey guys, so it's currently around probably almost 1:30 in the afternoon, and I just got done putting Stella for her first nap. So, and I also just got done cleaning up her mess because she usually makes a mess in her play area. So I usually just got done cleaning that up, and I'm trying to think of what I want to eat for brunch. I may have eggs, but I don't have any more rice, so I may just have eggs and bread or something like that. John actually called me a few minutes ago because I wanted to ask him what time he was going to Walmart to return the movie and also to pick up the labels. But he said he had to come in again. He had to come in again tonight from 7 to 9 to close at Dollar General because there was something going on with one of the workers. So he had to close tonight. So he's gonna come home after he gets William off the bus, and then he's gonna make hamburgers, and then he's not gonna make nachos anymore, but he's just gonna make hamburgers, and then later on I'll just make the fries for dinner, and then he's just gonna take a nap and then go to work around 6:45 because he has to be there by 7. Yeah, so he's just gonna end up going to Walmart probably tomorrow. Hopefully he can get his hair cut tomorrow as well before he goes to Walmart. Again, I don't know if me and Stella are going with him tomorrow, but we shall see. But I wanted to come on here before I got something to eat because I wanted to share with you guys a personal story about today. Today is actually December 6th, and it is 16 years ago from today. A very, very close friend of mine, she was actually one of my best friends in high school, Daniela. She passed away. She died because she got hit by a car, and it was a drunk driver that hit her while she was walking home from school. I know it's been 16 years ago, but it has been so hard to just try to get over it, you know what I mean, or try to move on. And there are years when I, like during the anniversary, where I would just shut down and get emotional or have a moment where I'll just cry my brains out. And there are days where I'll just feel so solemn and so down. It's crazy, and my family knows what today is because I've told them so many times about her and so many times about what happened. Backstory: we were a senior. Danielle and I met in high school. I actually met her during orientation in high school, and I was living in New York back then, and I'm originally from Queens. I grew up in Queens. I was born in Manila, Philippines, but I grew up in Queens, and I went to Christ the King Regional High School up on Metropolitan Avenue. I met Daniela there when we were going through an orientation before we became freshmen at Christ the King. I went to a small elementary school. It was about maybe, I want to say 18 of us in one class. maybe less than that. And you know, I grew up with these people in elementary school. I knew them from second through the time that we graduated from 8th grade. And moving on to high school, there was maybe almost 500 students in one class of my freshman year. Almost 500 students in my freshman year, people that I've never even met. None of my classmates from elementary school moved on to Kaiti King, so I knew nobody there. And the one great thing that Kaiti King did for the upcoming freshmen that year was to have an orientation just to get to know each other. But Daniela and I were the first few students that arrived in that during orientation night, and we were just looking, I mean, not bored, but we were just waiting for the thing to start. The first thing that she did was just smile at me and say hey. And that night we were just talking and getting to know each other. Like I was saying, I was completely nervous about going into a big, huge high school with so many students who I really didn't know. And if you guys do not know me, I am only 4'5", so I was a very short I'm a very short person, and back then I was still normal. I was still walking and all that. This was years ago, before my accident. We parted ways after orientation, and that was probably orientation and probably back in, I want to say, July, August, maybe even before that. I don't remember. Back then, so cell phones I don't think existed. Maybe it did, but I didn't have a cell phone, nor did I have a beeper back then. I really didn't get to have, get her number or whatnot. Back then, AOL Instant Messenger was the thing. It was the most famous thing ever. So come freshman year, the first day of freshman year, Clayton King is a very big school. So they gave us about a week to get used to the whole schedule. We had an A and B schedule. I don't remember if it was weekly or like every day, like A day, B day. I don't remember, but they gave us time to get used to the schedule, and they also gave us time to get used to the huge building, transferring from one side. If your locker, freshman year, my locker was on the A side, 3rd floor, and sometimes you will have classes on the 1st floor, B side, which is, you have to go down the stairs and go all the way to the lobby and then all the way to the other side of the building. I think the only way that you can cut through from A to B without having to go down the stairs is through the library in the 3rd floor. It's so funny how I still remember how quite ticking is right now. The first day of high school, we were learning how to switch classes. I remember standing in the lobby talking to one of the vice principals there, the assistant principal. By the way, I loved her as well. Danielle and I loved the assistant principal that was there, Mrs. Van Castron. She was just an amazing woman. And she was just an amazing lady. And I was asking her for help about something, and all of a sudden Daniela just popped in, and we looked at each other and we said, oh God, hey, I know you, like at the same time. That was just the start of an amazing friendship. And we knew each other from the time that we met during orientation night to the time that she unfortunately passed away. So freshman year, it was just basic. We had classes and all that. And then starting sophomore year up until you graduate, you get to have the option of joining ASR, which stands for Authentic Science Research Program. And ASR usually meets, I think 7:45 or maybe earlier than that, up on the 3rd floor, B side, right across the faculty area. And the great thing about ASR is that you earn credits to go towards your college credits. So that was the reason why I joined, and a lot of my friends who are so into researching and writing papers and all that joined the group as well. Daniela was one of them. So Daniela and I were in ASR from sophomore year to senior year, and we both researched different things. First year I researched Tourette syndrome and music therapy, and then I didn't find enough research for me to just back up everything, so I switched to anorexia and the effects of media the second year that I was in ASR. So I did that from junior year up until I graduated. And Daniela stuck with ADHD and ways to treat it other than Ritalin. We met every morning. Sometimes I'll get her coffee, sometimes she'll get me coffee, but we will meet every morning. We always sat in the same table with the same group of friends from the first day of ASR up until the last day of ASR. I also remember joining the Rotary Club with her. I don't remember when we joined, maybe freshman year we joined the Rotary Club because or sophomore year, because I remember inviting Mrs. Van Casten to pray the rosary with us. So we were in a rosary club together, and then senior year we decided to become Eucharistic ministers, because I think you can only become Eucharistic ministers when you are a senior. So Daniela and I were one of the Eucharistic ministers during senior year. But yeah, Daniela and I shared a whole bunch, and the day that it happened was December 6th. I don't remember, it was on a Friday. How I remember 16 years later was because the next day it was, I had to take an SAT. I think it was a retake of an SAT probably, and it was the very next day that I had to take it, and everybody knew that whoever knew Daniela and whoever was going through that did not do so well. So thank goodness that we were able to retake it. Could be the SATs or it could be Regents, I don't remember. But it was a major test, and we were just not in our best to even take a state test or any major test like that. But I remember the day that it happened. The day that it happened, the last thing that I said to her was, "See you later." And I don't know what made me not say goodbye like usual, but we always say see you later because our next class was very different. She had pre-cal and I had Regents math. But we parted ways, and at lunch table I sat with some different group of people, and she sat with a different group of people. And I remember that she originally was going to take the bus home, but then she instead wanted to walk home. I think usually she usually walks home because her house is not that far from the school, so she walked home that day. And I remember it was a pretty, not rainy day, but it was a damp day, and it was chilly as well. I kind of, during the entire day, I had this feeling, like, you know that feeling that you get when something bad gonna happen? I had that kind of feeling, but I just brushed it off because I wasn't sure who it was about or what it was about or anything like that. I just felt uneasy the whole entire day. So a few hours later, I was at home, I was doing homework, and I was of course online on AOL, and one of my other good friends, Nicole, sent me an instant message, and the way she started the message, I knew something was up. And she had told me that she started with saying that Daniela was gone, and I was like, okay, where did she go? So then she told me what happened, and my initial reaction was I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know how to react. And then a few seconds later, my cousin was there, right next to me, and a few seconds later, I just bawled my eyes out. I didn't know what to think and how to deal with it because I never really dealt with losing someone so close to me, not even a family member. I try to hold my emotions in, but it's really hard. That weekend was not only full of tears and sharing memories of Daniela, but it was also the weekend of her funeral and her viewing, and maybe it was a few days later. Actually, I want to take that back. I think maybe a few days later we had the viewing and the funeral. I didn't go to the burial. I did go to the viewing. I went to the viewing, and then we had a special mass. There was a mass at her childhood church, St. Matthias, and practically all of the students at Christ the King, the senior class, was there. I was one of the people who brought up the gifts and all that, but I was just in space that day, in space the whole entire week. Monday morning after that weekend, it was even more crazy. I remember not wanting to go inside ASR that day, that Monday morning. Because I knew that she wasn't gonna be there. Like I knew she wasn't gonna be in that table. Senior year, we sat at the table with a sophomore who was of Indian descent, and he was just really, really cute, little face with glasses and chubby cheeks, and Danielle wanted to sit at that table with him because he was just by himself. So I sat with her, and just going in ASR that morning, knowing that she wasn't gonna be there was so hard. I took the bus to school that morning, and nobody on that bus. A lot of seniors took the bus to school, the city bus, and nobody in that bus knew what was going on because everybody was chatty and all that. And that was a given. I don't remember it being in the news that night. The whole school, when I got there, was just insane, and there were a lot of tears. The teachers and the guidance counselors were so amazing that day, and throughout the whole entire grieving process, everybody, all the teachers and the guidance counselors were there to help out all the students. The students were wonderful with each other, and everyone gave more support, comfort, hugs, and everything like that. But it was just a tough rest of the senior year. I don't remember a single day during senior year where I didn't cry. The one thing is that my math classroom that senior year was right across her locker, and everybody decorated Daniela's locker with her favorite color, which was yellow, her favorite things, Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and everything like that. It was just adorned with everything that she loved, and she was loved by so many. And I posted a picture on my Instagram this morning, dedicating words as usual. Every year I always dedicate words to her. I had wrote that she absolutely loved God, and she loved everybody around her. Her mom once told me that she had told her mom that why do some people have different opinions about other people, that God created us all equally, and that he loves us all equally. So that was how she treated everybody around her, no matter the size, the color, the descent, the race. She loved everybody equally, and she had the biggest heart. The very first few years was hard, and up until now it's still hard, as you can see, just reminiscing about everything. There will be days where I'll just tear up and all that. There will be days when I will just lock myself in a room and just not want to be bothered for a few hours or a few minutes or something like that, and just reflect on what happened. I still keep in touch with her mom. Her mom lives in New York still. We did get to see her while we were in New York. We visited her. She doesn't live in the same house that Daniela lived in when she was alive, but when we visited her, John, me, and the kids, her presence, Daniela's presence, I could feel it. And it was so amazing to feel that Daniela was there, but at the same time it was really sad because it was just, I can't explain it. I had told on my Instagram and my Facebook that I do have pictures of Daniela everywhere in my house. I have one on my one of the bookshelves in the entertainment stand. I have one in my refrigerator, and then I also have one. I have two actually in my refrigerator, and then I have one on my nightstand. So Daniela is everywhere with me, and I make it a point that I always remain in contact with Daniela's mom, because I know how important it is that she hears the people that were close to Daniela alive, hear stories about her, and just keep in touch with her, make sure she is okay. And I absolutely love Daniela's mom and her family. I think they are just the most amazing, kind-hearted people, and Mrs. D'Angelo raised Daniela so well. But yeah, that is my story about what happened. The person who hit Daniela actually did not get the time that he deserved for prison time. You know what I mean? Justice was really wasn't served. I know that another elderly person got hit as well, and I'm not gonna go into details of what happened, but the older guy who got hit, he survived. And I remember somebody saying that he was also trying to save Daniela while it happened, but she died because of her injuries. It is hard to think about what could have been. I know that if she was alive today, she would be so successful, would probably have a family, and she would have made an amazing mom, and my friendship with her would probably be the same as always, because she's just so amazing, and everyone who knew her loved her so much. And again, to this day, grief is still so hard. Grief is still there and it never goes away, and especially this day, it just makes it even harder. But talking to Mrs. D'Angelo, sharing my words and my stories on Instagram and Facebook, and all of her other friends commenting on that picture, it just brings us all together and shows everybody how much Daniela is loved, and it instantly shows her mom, once she sees the post, that her daughter was so well loved and is so very much missed. So I know that Daniela is up there watching us and probably watching this vlog, but I know she's smiling down on all of us and just keeping us safe and away from home. Fun fact, my oldest daughter, Elizabeth, her middle name is Daniela, and I chose to dedicate her middle name in memory of Daniela. Daniela, if you're watching this, we miss you and we love you. Finish a banana, okay? You guys, she's almost done with a whole banana. You like the banana? Is it good? Stella? Yummy. Mommy gonna have to wipe your hands. It's all sticky. Okay, so right now, I think it's almost a little past 5 o'clock, and I made myself, what do you know, the same omelet I had last night or yesterday, but the only difference is that I added turkey in with the ham. So I did make some rice, and I'm currently watching Casey Holmes' vlog, day 5, her Vlogmas from yesterday, so I'm watching that, and I'm eating my very, very, very late brunch.
The animal. Give a kiss. She ain't really. She's not a number right there. You got another one?
Why do you have a Christmas hat on?
Because I want to be a dancer. I need it for my performance. Egg. What are you trying to get? Ooh. Oh, you want that? Okay, can I put this on mine anyway? I really want that. I like that. What? Who's that? Dada. Daddy up.
Where's Elizabeth?
Oh, no, help.
What you doing? Hey,
Look at Daddy.
hey. What you got? You having fun? Boom. Can I get a kiss? Thank you. You having fun?
So I had John bring down one of my favorite Christmas mugs that he bought for me last Christmas, and it says all Mama wants is a silent night. And I'm drinking coffee because John actually made a pot of coffee because he just left to go back to work to close Dollar General, and I figured I'll just have coffee as well. And this is a pretty decent sized coffee mug. So, and I'm still watching YouTube right now. I'm watching Casey Holmes' latest video on her main channel. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm also editing clips from today in between. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy my coffee and watch some YouTube before everybody else eats dinner. So little Miss Stella had an accident a few minutes ago, and I was just about to make her a bottle, and yeah, she had a number 2 accident, so I ended up having to give her a bath. So she had a nice bubble bath, and now she's all in her cute footy pajamas and drinking her bottle. Is that good? You feel better now? Yeah. Hey guys, so it's currently around a little after 10 o'clock, and I just wanted to come on here to end this vlog. I know it's super long, but most of this vlog was really me dedicating a few words to Daniela, considering today's mark 16 years. I did call her mom a few hours ago around 7:30, and we were just talking about what happened 16 years ago today, and you can still hear that she's still feeling the whole grief, and that's completely understandable. But like I said earlier, grief will never go away. So it's been hard on everybody, especially who knew Daniela so much. But the day went on, and I was really glad that I was able to talk to Missy D'Angelo, Daniela's mom, just see how she's doing and all that. Anyway, John just got home from work a few minutes ago. I just put Stella and William to bed, and Elizabeth's just hanging out here for a little bit. She's about to go to bed soon. She's supposed to have she's having a map testing tomorrow, so she needs as much sleep as she needs, right?
No.
Tomorrow's plan, John and I are going to Walmart to get some errands done. Before that, we are going to get John, John's getting a haircut tomorrow before we go anywhere else. But tomorrow I have to go and get the labels. I probably won't be able to mail the Christmas cards now until Monday, because I still have to make the labels and all that. I really thought that, for some reason I thought that I could buy the labels and then sit at Starbucks and then put the labels in, but I forgot that I have to make them and all that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you guys in my next vlog. Good night, guys.
Bye.